Hey guys, so the internet is buzzing with Chrissy, CMR, Shanii, so-called prank cheating saga. And if it's a prank, I got fooled. I got fooled. I've seen them doing prank on each other. But you would get to see the prank play out. You would get to see it play out. It wouldn't turn out as it did right now. But it just bring me to this topic. It's something I've always wanted to discuss. It's cheating. It's something that we came and see. Our parents have kids for a man who probably was with somebody else, and we see that. We know. We probably the name that we have or last name is not right for some reason because there was some cheating involved. So we know it happened. It didn't just start happening. And I'm just curious, why do men cheat? Why do women cheat? And sometimes they'll ask a man why, and some of the answers that at home things change, the woman is nagging, or the man was just curious. I think men have that little promiscuous lifestyle that they love to live. It's all about fetching the new girl on the block, and that make them feel like a man. What are we missing? What are we looking for? A lot of people are stuck in a relationship, want to get out, and they're not getting out. Maybe because family like each other, they already create a bond and they already end up with a situation. Maybe you have to share bills, and that's how life works because you split bills, etc. But why? I think for me, I find that women are looking more for intimacy, not for cheating, but for relationship. Women are looking for intimacy. They're looking to be yearned for. They're looking to wake up to somebody and have somebody there. So they're really looking for something more long term. I feel like men are turned on by forming new relationships and just a promiscuous type of lifestyle and going out there and being turned on by somebody else. Uh, you know. But for me, if you're married, you, the man or the married person who have somebody else, you have a responsibility to your partner. The other person you're cheating with don't have a responsibility to that person. But if they have integrity, if they just consider themselves being in that position, then they do have some responsibility to another woman then, or to another person who is being cheated on, because it takes two person to cheat. It's not just one person. And I'm not coming down on anybody because this is something that we have all been through. Majority of the time, these men are not telling the truth. They'll meet you and they're not married. And I'm not talking in this case where Chrissy and CMR are public figures and people know they're married. But a lot of time they're not telling the truth. A lot of time they're not married, or they're saying they're living together but they're separated, or they're not having sex with their wife. They're just having a situation where they're ending up together, maybe because of kids or whatever bills they have to share, etc. And a lot of time women bite, and yes, some women are vulnerable, some people are young, and I'm not coming down on you if this is something that maybe happened the first time and you were vulnerable, or you're in your youth and this is a first time situation, you don't understand. After a while you will understand that this is something that men do. You won't know initially if you have never been through it, but you will. And when you find out, if it happened to you once, I feel like it shouldn't happen to you twice. And if it happened to you twice, then the third time it's like a no-no. So the point I'm making is that men are cheating for like just simple reason as being promiscuous, and I think it goes to show how little value we put on relationship. And you will sacrifice a lifetime of, with a woman for just one 10-minute of sex. So 10 minutes of sex, and it results in a lifetime of hurt and scar for a woman. We are just one bunch of hurt people going around hurting other people. And no judgment your call, because a lot of time when men cheat, they're cheating with someone who is vulnerable, someone who is young, and they don't understand how to value relationship. They're not cheating with somebody who's strong, or out there right now, like, at a certain level of maturity. It's really usually when a woman is younger. And at that time you are pretty much vulnerable. You don't know how to value, but you know right from wrong. So, you still have a part to play, because we all know right from wrong. But most of the time, do I want to say, these men, they are always lying. They're never in a relationship. And as women, we're not doing our background research, so we owe it to ourselves to do that, because now you know that this is what is happening. Trust me, a man can go an entire 2 years having or more having a relationship with a woman and living at house with a wife and family. I don't know how they do it, but they do. And a lot of these men are saying they're not being satisfied at home, like the woman not doing this and the woman not doing that again. But you know what? Men don't realize that things change. A woman have kids. She have to take care of the kids. She have to go in the kitchen and cook the food and everything, and not getting the support from you, just making you feel feminine and feel like a woman. A lot of time, we women, we just switch off into a masculine zone, and once you get a woman in that masculine zone, yes, sex is not going to be coming regularly. It's a lot that a woman have to go through. And a lot of time, a man will say a woman is nagging, etc., and the relationship is not the same. At the same time, the woman is in the household and she's taking care of the kids. She's doing all the household work, and you are not helping to make things better. A lot of time, these stuff just really make a woman just get into her masculine self, because she have to be in defense mode all the time. And if you are that type of man who will come and like give a back rub, maybe if she in the kitchen, if you're that type of man who will come in with maybe a bouquet of flowers to say, babes, thank you for always taking care of us and the kids and the house, etc., or I'll do the dishes tonight, or just put up your foot, let me just give you a foot rub, or you know what, relax tonight, we're going out to dinner, or I'll be doing the cooking today. If men do these stuff a lot of time, and I'll say it, if men do this stuff and cater to the woman, they wouldn't be complaining about lack of sex, because the woman would have more time to cater to them. The woman probably would have raped them, I swear, because women find these things very sexy. A man helping out with the household work, helping out in the kitchen. A man in the kitchen, if anybody know me, I love a man in the kitchen, very sexy. But anyway, a man in the kitchen helping, cooking food. You're helping out, seeing where your partner need help, because it's a partnership, it's a relationship. It shouldn't be something that one person is left to do everything and then still come and have time to cater to your sexual desires. It doesn't work that way. If a woman is not in her feminine self and don't feel sexy, then no, it doesn't work like that. For women to have sex, you really have to intrigue her mind. For men, they just want to look at you and know how you look. A lot of time, we women at home, we cannot look good like everybody else out there look. Why? Because you're getting up every day and you're doing all this work, so you're just throwing on a piece of old clothes. Like, you really don't have the time fist piece of stuff, because you're not getting the support that you hope that you would have gotten. And true, I must say that we should take time to explore and know about the other person before you end up in a relationship. And that a lot of time we really jump the gun. And I feel like if we had given ourselves more time to know the other person, then we would know whether or not it's a relationship that we want to continue with. And even for us from Jamaica background, like, It's not like in America where you probably date more than one person to see who. I feel like it should have been like that. It shouldn't be where you just beat one person, that's the person you go with. It should be where you date a lot of guys. Yeah, you deserve the best. So you need to pick from a pool of guys, just like a guy would pick from a pool of women. They're dating a lot of women. Dating and getting to know the other person doesn't mean you need to give up your body, but you deserve the best. So the same way you go to a market and you choose the best of all the fruits and provisions that are there, it's the same thing that should have really happened with men. But we were brought up just to talk to one person, and that's it. You end up in a relationship. Okay, so let's go over to women. Why women cheat? I feel like a lot of these women are cheating because of greed. They're looking for some extra money. It's not really about the sex. They just really looking for some extra money or something what that their partner cannot afford, which is sad. For the woman, a lot of times, sometime a man will come to you and say, he's just looking to have fun. He has his family, and women know this, and they still would go ahead and still be entangled with a man who is already in a relationship. And not recognizing that this is not just car for that woman, this is car for you too. And in this case, like even Chris is saying she's embarrassed to go out on the road. You have done nothing. You have done nothing, but yet still you would feel embarrassed to be around that person's friend, around that person who they cheated with, or even to be out there publicly. So a man will cheat on a woman wear the scar, and it's just a lot that women have to go through. So what are men looking for? Are they looking for a younger person? Are they looking for a nicer body? Are they looking for more companionship? Because majority of the time you have that initially with that person, but let's say you and that person end up together now, then the cycle just go back around. You and that person start not having companionship. You don't have anything together. You're probably having sex less frequently. And then so
You move on to
men are
someone else.
constantly just looking for that initial phase of a relationship where the relationship is at its highest peak and feeling is at its highest peak, and all the endorphins and all the hormones are really rushing and giving you that nice feeling. But relationship takes a lot of work. So I feel like we owe it to ourselves to do our research, verify if the man is telling the truth, because they get away with it all the time. Most of the time, these men are just lying. And then there are other times too when, yeah, women, we do have a responsibility to your own gender. You know what I mean? Look out for another woman. You have a responsibility to yourself. It's life, it happened. But I'm just saying, after you come to realization, then it's time that we make better decision in life, not to hurt somebody else, and not to hurt ourselves. And because we're not able to foresee the scars and the hurt that it costs or will cost in the future, then most of the time, basically, we just have to go just live by experience, live by our own experience, live by our own conviction. And I'm not here to put it out to people to say don't do this and don't do that. Everybody have to live by their own conviction. I mean, this world been going on for years, and this is something that is happening. It's not something that I see gonna stop. But I hope it's something that people can, relationship now can be something that people look on with value, and and realize the hurt that is causing to a lot of these women, the trauma that you put a lot of these women through. Because a lot of these men are just looking to satisfy a one-time feeling that maybe lasts for 10 minutes and cause a lifetime of hurt. And yes, I mean, the woman is doing it too, or it take two to tangle. It's not one person cheating. It takes two to tango, but it's a lifetime of hurt. I really forget where I left off, but it just go back to say the way that society raise men different from women have a lot to do with this. So society have a part to play. Men are supposed to be macho and they're supposed to go around and have enough gal in a bungle, and women are supposed to have just one person. So society have a part to play. But back to the men. So a lot of men, you end up in a situation where you're you have kids with your partner, or you're all living together, and things are not the same. It's not like you're just going to see somebody for a weekend and probably a sex drive is iron, etc., etc. When a woman is in the household and doing all these work, taking care of the household, taking care of the kids, then naturally the sex drive is gonna be low. And if you're not that type of man that make the woman feel feminine, that a kiss every now and then, a back rub, a foot rub, treatment, maybe a spa treatment, taking home some flowers, then at what point would a woman have time to really put on a nice lingerie to go to bed? No, she is, when the day is done, she is done. She's tired. She didn't get the support she needed to go into that feminine character and to basically satisfy your sexual desire. And until men realize that they have a part to play in what they get back from a woman, then it's always going to be like that, because men are really just looking for a new relationship, and that new relationship at some point is going to get hold, and then you're going to be on to the next person. But you're going to reach a place in life when you're old and there's no one person there who is committed to you. Or you know what, I shouldn't say that, because a lot of us women settle for a lot of stuff. These same men who have been around, they end up in life with a nice young girl just the same, because it's always looking for somebody who's vulnerable. They're always looking for somebody who is vulnerable, and that person who is vulnerable is the best person to groom to be with them for the rest of their life. So back to CMR and Chrissy and Shanii. If that's a prank, I feel like we are taking these pranks too far. And that is why I don't like prank, because the next person is just trying to outdo the next person at a prank. And it's pranks can be very dangerous too. Sometimes people don't know a prank. And trust me, one of these days we're gonna hear it. I don't really want to put it out in the atmosphere too much, but there is going to be some casualty out of these pranks that people are doing. Yeah, because some people not ramp and some people not take prank easy. And them ready for you. And I feel like a cheating prank is an insensitive prank to do. You know why? Because those things really happen in life. And you never know when this can be your reality. People are hurting because of cheating. So we shouldn't be joking around with this. One night, you risk a life relationship, or a relationship that you have built for years. You risk, passing on disease to each other. You risk having that family or home structure that you have. So you're coming home now to a broken home. Broken kids, broken wife, just a broken home. Just unhappy, scarred people. And I mean, some people may say, don't leave a relationship that you work so hard on and build, and let somebody else just come in and have your man. But how happy can you be if you are the type of person who can forgive and continue with that relationship, if you trust that person to continue? Because I feel like if they do it already, then if you tolerate, then they're taking you for granted that you will accept it again, because they get away with it already. So I feel like if you tolerate, it's really sending a wrong message that it's okay, you're okay with it. So anyway, you find yourself, you are trusting this man again and hoping he'll do better. For the rest of your time in the relationship, if him leave out, you wonder who him with. If whatever he does, you're wondering, because he already break that trust. Broken trust is not easy to regain, and it takes hard work to start to trust someone. But it's very easy to be broken. But as ladies, we have a responsibility to ourselves and how we want other people to see us. To
We
the
should
other
have
woman, but
responsibility
most
to
of
the other.
all, guys, you have a responsibility to your wife. The other woman you're cheating with have no responsibility to that person. But if they have integrity, then that will really decide if they want to get into something like that, knowing that you're married. Because in CMR and Chrissy's state, they're public figures. People know that they are married and they have a family together.
You and I know you ain't about that life.